everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is at a different location and it is the long-awaited updated nail polish collection. I am so excited to bring this to you guys because it took me a full day to clean, reorganize, get rid of some stuff and just make it all pretty so you can see it at its best. And I swear it has never looked better. I am very excited to show you and just see what you think of my collection. I do want to give a disclaimer that I know I have way too much nail polish for like a normal person, but a lot of it is gifted, as you're gonna hear me talk about when I go rack by rack. And I also wanted to mention a few things before I get started with the actual nail polish. So number one, I have acrylic organizers from Amazon, which I'm going to link on the description box. I'm also going to link that little bows that I use to swatch them so I can keep track on how they look. I just wanted to talk about this now before I get very deep into my racks. And another thing is that my description box is going to include all the nail polish brands that I own. And what else? I feel like that's pretty much it. If you have any questions or I missed anything in regards to nail polish, my collection, or anything that you would like to know, leave me a comment or send me a message and I'll get back to you on that. And yeah, without further ado, let's just get started. Starting with the first rack, I have a variety of different polishes. I wanted to point out some of my favorites. This polish is one of my all-time favorites. If it looks full, it's simply because I shook all of them so they could look pretty. It is called It's a Piazza Cake, and this is the first polish I ever bought with my own money. And I remember Kathleen Lights talking about this polish and how much she loved it, and I immediately ran to Ulta, which at the time was next to my job, my first job ever, and I purchased this. And I don't know, it just has a lot of sentimental value for me, and I think it is a beautiful color for literally any season. This polish is from Never Enough Polish. It is called Shamrock Shake, and this one was a surprise present from my friends Eliza and Katrina, and I remember getting this in the mail and just smiling so big because I had been going through it. I don't remember what was happening at the time, but this was a very sweet surprise, and this is one of my all-time favorite polishes. I have to stop myself from wearing it because if not, I will not wear anything else. It's just a beautiful green. It is, I don't know, it has like a shimmer to it, a little bit of a holographic vibe, and I don't know, I really love it. This polish is also very special for me. It is from What Addiction. It is not like my favorite polish, like color-wise and effect-wise, because it's just not really my vibe, but I got to name this polish. I named it Summer because they used to do like a bingo situation, and if you won, you got to name a polish, so I got to name this one. And same concept for this polish. My friend Alenia got to win and she named it after herself, so it is very special. This color is very pretty though, so I like this one a little bit better, or a lot better I should say. I got this polish off Etsy. It is from My Indie Polish and it is called just Neon Green, and I was looking for like the perfect Billie Eilish green, and this one showed up on like after a Google search, and it is one of my favorite polishes ever. It is super vibrant and I really love it. I was thinking about wearing it for the concert when I go later this year, but I think I have other ideas for it. This polish is another really special one. It is from Sassy Sauce Polish and it is called The Summer Sun's Calling My Name. This was a birthday present, or I know it was a present, but I don't remember if it was from a birthday or any other like holiday. It was also from my online friends, and it is a beautiful, beautiful yellow with like the prettiest shimmer and like flakies. I really love this polish a lot, and of course it has the name Summer, which is my dog's name, and it just holds a very special place in my heart. These two polishes are the only two I have from Zoya, and I really love them. The left one is called True, and the right one is called Finley. My friend Alenia, I think, gifted me both of them, or just Finley. I don't remember the left one, like where it came from, but I really love them. They have really, really pretty polishes. I just don't purchase from them like at all. As you can see, these are the only two, but I am very happy with these two purples, and they are perfect and unique for my purple collection. Moving on to Business Lacquer. All of them, I think, aside from one, were a present from my friend Eliza, and this one is called An Act of Love, and it is so, so pretty. I don't know how to show it so you can really see the effect, but it is amazing. I wish I had more Business Lacquer, but I don't really purchase a lot from them, or at all, like I mentioned. And I don't really know why, because they have beautiful polishes. Let me show you a few more because they're really, really pretty. I believe I purchased this one myself. I could be lying. It is My Punishment. And just look at this super cute like effect that it has. I really love it. Another favorite is this polish called Speak Now. This was also a present from Eliza. As you can tell, I have a lot of presents from my amazing friends because they know I love nail polish, and this one is part of a whole Era Store collection that they released, and I actually have a few more on the way. They are from a newer like set from the latest album, so I am very excited to add those to my collection. But this one is just a beautiful, beautiful purple. You already know I'm obsessed with purple, but yeah, this one is very unique. Up next, we have Polish for Days. This is my favorite polish. It is called What Dreams Are Made Of. It is one of my most recent ones as well. I got it from PPU, and I just think it's so stunning. I mean, as you can tell, some of my favorite polishes are the ones that have like that shimmery, like galaxy-like, mermaid-like, and those are the vibes that I go for, and I really, really love this one. Now we have KB Shimmer. I think this was one of the first indie polishes I ever purchased. It is called Soul Blue, and I really, really love it. I just really love this finish. Like I said, I love when it has like a flakiness, shimmery, that kind of looks like the galaxy, the ocean. Those are the vibes that I go for. I like my creams, but this finishes specifically just makes it very fun to make polishes look different. I think I lied to you, and this was the first indie brand that I purchased. I am quite unsure since I've had so many, but this one's Picture Polish. I remember seeing this and thinking this was the craziest polish I've ever seen. Then it took me like 2 years to actually wear it, which is just insane because I was dying for this polish. This brand is from Australia, so I don't purchase from them very often since shipping can be insane, but this one is very pretty. Let me show you a few others. This is another of my favorites. It is called Heaven. Also, one of the main things that drew me to this brand is this little like custom labels that they do according to the polish. I just think it's a nice touch, and I really love it. This was a collab, and this is how the polish looks. It is a simple lilac with some light shimmer to it. My dear friend Sarah helped me get this polish. It is Summer. I was obsessed with getting anything with the name Summer. As I mentioned, I'm obsessed with my dog, and I'm trying to show you like the finish of this one. This one's kind of hard. It does have some glitter, so I don't enjoy wearing this super often because I don't like glitter on my nails. This is going to be the last picture polish highlight polish that I wanted to mention, I guess. It is called Swagger. I used to call my fiance Swagger Boy. It was like an inside joke with my best friend, and I really love this polish for the name, but I also really like this type of blue. I have a few polishes that are kind of similar to this, but not quite exact, and I just really love how this looks on my nails. It is hard for the camera to pick up the actual shade because it is just so vibrant and the finish makes it kind of difficult for the camera to understand, but I absolutely love this finish. These are some of the most beautiful polish I own in my whole collection, and they all the ones that I have up here have the same finish, which is why I got literally the whole collection. They're all so beautiful, and I do have an entire video, I think it's a two-part video showing these polishes, so make sure you check those out because you will fall in love. And there you have it. This is the last overall clip from this first rack, and now let's move on to the second one. Moving on to my second rack, this is all my Kail polish slash Lights Lacquer old bottle ones. I do have these two that I place in the center because they don't fit on this rack and I cannot get rid of any more polishes. These are the That's Expensive 25 and 26. They're like pretty chunky. I don't think I can use them, but I keep them for sentimental value. And now the way I have this organized, I kind of have it by color, but it's not perfect, so please don't judge me. It's just the best way that I could get it all to fit. These are two that I wanted to highlight from Lights Lacquer. I really love them from the Mask of It collection. It is Cortadito and Colada. I think the finishes are so beautiful. As you already know, I love a holographic like finish, and I really love this too. I wish it would have been permanent. I also really love all of the Friends one. My future mother-in-law got them for me, and she was and has always been very supportive of my channel, so I really love these polishes, and of course the colors are beautiful. It is no surprise why this will be my favorite, but look how cute the bottles are. It just has all these little graphics and it is stunning. Now a few of Kail polish highlights. This one is very beautiful. It is called Charmed. This was my favorite polish for a very long time. I still love it, of course, but I don't wear it as much anymore. I also used to be obsessed with this one so much. It is called Dream Boy. It is a dusty light purple, kind of grayish right now on camera, but it is very, very pretty. I loved it so much when it first came out. This is another Lights Lacquer favorite. It is called Moon River, and I really loved it. It's kind of the same vibe as Dream Boy, but a lot darker, and I just love the dustiness of it. I think it's beautiful. I also wanted to mention this one because it reminds me of my grandma, who's no longer here. It is called Winter is Coming, and she used to always wear shades like this, and I don't know, it's very special to me. I will never get rid of it. And this is the final look of the second rack. I really love it. It's very nostalgic. I don't think I'm going to get rid of any more Kail polish just because that was like the beginning of my love for nail polish. We have arrived at my favorite rack. This one and the one right beside it are my favorite because they just look so satisfying. I really love Wildflower Lacquer, and this is their current bottle. They did change up the cap, so you're going to see that a few have this cap and then the others do not. Like for example, the one on the left, it's the old one, and the one on the right is the new one. I decided to just put them together because I mean it's not like a huge difference, and I like them by color better than by collection, which is how I had it before. So let's just get started with some of my favorites. The first row, it's kind of hard because these are the shades that I gravitate towards the most. One that I would like to point out is this one. It is from the Upper Creek collection, which is how I got introduced to Wildflower Lacquer. It is called Ew Ted, What Am I 32, which I love and I will be wearing when I turn 32. Very beautiful purple. Love the finish. Wildflower Lacquer just has a lot of very unique polishes, and that is why they're my favorite. From the second row, this is one that I would like to point out. It is very vibrant and just like rich. I love purples, as you can tell, and it's called Oodles of Caboodles. I like it, and it's one of the most recent ones, as you can tell with the cap. For the third row, I wanted to showcase this beautiful like orangey peachy shade. It is so pretty. It is called Have a Ball, and it is from Polish Pickup. It is literally one of my favorite polishes ever. I don't know why I don't wear it more often, but as you can see here, I've definitely used it. And for the last row, you're never gonna see me pick a red as a favorite, but this one is just so crazy vibrant. I hope the camera is picking it up. It is called Painting the Roses red, and it is from Hella Handmade Creations, I believe it's called. I have forgotten, but as always, I'm gonna have all the links in my description box. Please, just one last look at this beautiful polish. Like, stunning and perfect for Christmas. And let's take one final look at this rack before we move on to the one right beside it. It is so pretty. As you can tell, I love a lot of purples, all different lilac shades as well, and anything that is shifty and beautiful. So let's keep going. And this is my second favorite rack from my collection. It is another Wildflower lacquer, all the round bottles, some different caps. Actually, for this one, I'm only spying one different cap, but these blues and greens are absolutely stunning. And before we move on to that, I wanted to show the ones that I kept right here in the center. These three polishes are from Love by Luna. I have to be honest, I've never used them before, but I found the concept to be really cool because they're supposed to contain some crystals, and I got the full moon, new moon, and of course my sign on the right, but I have never worn it and I'm very ashamed to admit that. Starting with the first row, this is very difficult because it is my favorite row from this rack. One of my favorite polishes from this row is called Cloud 9. This is a charity polish. I love the Taylor, the owner of Wildflower Lacquer, always makes charity shades and it's just stunning. Another really special one is this one. Let's of course take a moment for how beautiful it looks. It has some like hints of pink that kind of makes this a like purplish bluish shade. I'm sorry, let me adjust that. And it is called Your Perfect Snow Boy Is Here. There's a misprint there, but I got this on a mystery bag and I was dying for this polish for so long, but I just like didn't purchase it, and I can't believe I got it on a mystery bag. It is literally the one shade I wanted so bad. Another favorite from this second row is this one. I know this kind of looks more purple, but it just matched better on this row. It is called Whisper of Desire, and it's another polish from Upper Creek collection. I really love this one. As you can see, I have definitely used it a lot, and yeah, I love it. This is another polish from the second row. I just had to show it because it is so cool, and I don't think I've worn it before. It is one of the most recent ones I own, and it is called Foxfire. It is from Polish Pickup, and it actually came out last year, August. So it is fairly recent. Finally arrived at the third row. This is another polish that I got from a mystery bag. It is called Who Are You? And it is from Hella Handmade Creations. And I can't believe I got this on a mystery bag as well because it is the one polish I really wanted. I just have the best luck with those mystery bags, but it always gets me like with excitement and just shock, and I am very grateful that I have gotten this one. Another absolutely beautiful polish from that row is this one. Like, wait until you see. Can you see? I don't even think it picks up every single shiftiness. Like, could you look at that? It is everything and more. This was a 2.0 version of Serene, if I'm not mistaken, and this had come out like a while ago, and for some reason she brought it back during a rewind month, and I was very grateful because I didn't know about this polish before and I now own it, and it is probably one of the best polishes I have. This is another of those polishes that had come out and then she brought it back. Please take a moment to admire this just beautiful polish. I am obsessed with it. This is like magic in a bottle. It is called Celine, and it is a charity box polish. Actually, now I'm kind of confusing it. I don't think this was a remake. My apologies on that. She had just released it. I'm confusing it with the previous one, but this is very beautiful. It has so much like purple and kind of like blue and green. I don't know, it's just everything. Let's just take one last look at this rack before we move on to the bottom one. I really love this too. I cannot stress that enough. They just look so satisfying together, and I really love those polishes. So now let's move on to the rack number five. Welcome to rack number 5. This one is a mix of like multiple indie makers and including some old Wildflower lacquers. So I'm not gonna go too crazy into this because I feel like this video is already very long. But for the first row, I have some beautiful polishes. On the first row, I have a Garden Path lacquers. I only have 2 polishes. This one is absolutely beautiful. I think I recently got it. I don't know if this was a present or not. I'm kind of confusing it, I think, with another one, but it is so pretty. As you can see, this is just a typical Sam shade, and I got it off PPU. Actually, I just saw February, so I got this as a present for my friend Katrina. It is really pretty. This is the only polish I have from this brand, and it is one of my all-time favorite polishes. I absolutely love this finish. It has like the coolest flakies, and I just really love how it looks on my nails. I don't know what happened. I think the maker was like taking some time off or something, but I was sending messages asking if there were other polishes with this finish, and I never got an answer, so that's kind of a bummer. This is one of my favorite polishes ever. It is the coolest like green with gold flakies, and it is called It's Go Time by Nailed It. I really love it. If you ever find it like on a D-stash or something, you must get it because I really love it. For my Night Owl lacquer polishes, I really love this one. It is called Love Bridge, and it is from Polish Pickup as well. I have so many like different ones from Polish Pickup, which is the perfect site to try out new indie makers. I'm pretty sure that was the first time I purchased from them, and this is just like so pretty. I don't know how to explain, but I don't have any purple tone like this, and I love it. Moving on to ORLY, I have this beautiful one in collaboration with Kelly Marisa. I really love this polish. It's so beautiful. The bottle is also kind of humongous, and this is what it is called. I did a whole video reviewing this polishes, and this one is just different. I don't know how to explain it. It's very different from my collection, and I love the custom labels. For the first row of these older Wildflower lacquers, I have to mention this custom polish I created. It is called Summer and Sam. Summer is my dog. You already know I'm obsessed with her, and I really love the process of creating this. I believe I did this during the pandemic, like 2020, that she opened up customs, and this was so fun. She was very nice and helpful with creating what I wanted, and this is just like the cutest little polish, and I love wearing it on Summer's birthday. Another one that stands out for me a lot is this beautiful like pink, kind of like burgundy shade. It is called Como la Flor, and it was part of her Selena series for Helen Handmade Creations. I love her so much, and this polish is just literally perfection. It would have been me if I didn't have another favorite from the Upper Creek collection. This one is literally the Twitter logo shade. It is called Follow Us on Twitters, which is a line from the show. I really love it. I find it very funny as well. Another one that I have to mention is this one. It is called Don't Play Coy, and it was like the one that put Wildflower lacquer on the map. Basically, everybody went absolutely nuts when this polish got released. I mean, for obvious reasons, it is very beautiful, but I don't know, it just gives me a lot of nostalgia because this is kind of like the beginning of this like crazy era for Wildflower lacquer, and it just makes me very happy for them that they have continued throughout like so many years. Just one last look at them before we move on. We're about to wrap it up, but this is another custom polish that I got to create with them. I called it Team Sam Square, which is what we call like my fiance and I, since we're both Sams, and this is what I ended up creating. It's one of my favorite shades, of course, but I also really love the finish, not just the name or sentimental value. It is a purple holographic with like some flakies. It's a little hard to tell when it's a holographic polish, but just trust me, I really love this one. I only have one Dimension Nails polish, and this was a birthday present from my friend Alenia, and it's called Hashlin. I really love this lilac shade. It's just the perfect kind of like, I don't know, baby lavender shade. I'm not good at describing those things, but it is the only one I have from them. I wish I had more, and I remember when I got it, I was super stoked because I had been wanting to try them forever. And let's take one final look at this rack before we move on to the one right beside it. I love this one, even though it's a little more mixed than the ones we just saw. And yeah, lots of favorite ones. We have arrived at the last rack of my nail polish collection. I do have some minis that we'll be seeing right after this one, but this is my official last rack. And this one has all of my bottles with white caps. It was just a simple way of organizing them. So it has some mixed brands, but as always, we're gonna go through each one and find some favorites to highlight. It's definitely a most recent one. It is from Jen & Berries, and it's the only polish I own from them, but look how beautiful this is. I know my favorites kind of look similar in the sense that they all have some sort of like finish that looks like I don't know, like holographic a little bit. I don't know how to explain it. This is the name of this one, and I also got this for my birthday from my friend Katrina. Different dimension, I do have a couple, and this one is my absolute favorite. I mean, are you surprised? It is a lilac dusty shade, and it is called Sky Full of Stars, which is my favorite song by Coldplay, so it just, you know, turned out to be perfect. Now moving on to Great Lakes Lacquer. I really love this polish. I got it some time ago already. I feel like it was before or during the pandemic. Yep, 2020. It is called Curse You Perry the Platypus, and I wasn't going to get this polish. I got it super last minute because my friend Eliza convinced me to, and this turned out to be one of my favorite polishes ever. It's one of those that I have to stop myself from wearing so I could wear other ones. Then I have this tiny polishes that my friend Alma got me from Sweden. They're so small and I really love them, but I try not to wear them too much because they're so little. I don't want to run out. This is a beautiful purple that I really liked, and I have other mini ones from Lights Lacquer. This little one was part of some ornaments that Lights Lacquer released their first year, or was it the second? I don't remember actually. And this is the polish I wore for my engagement. I had a little bit of a suspicion that I was gonna get engaged, and I ended up wearing this, and I'm so happy. This is a special polish, and I'm kind of sad that they don't have more of this because it was a limited edition one. This is one of the rare mainstream ones that I have, and it's from Essie. This one is called Turquoise and Caicos, and I got it from my best friend when we were in high school. I don't know why she just gave it to me after she bought it. She was just kind of like that. If I said I like something, she would just give it to me. And it is a very pretty like dusty green, and I haven't worn it in like several years, but it's very special to me, so I always keep it. Now moving on to Loud Lacquer. I really love this purple shade. My friend Cassie works there, and she had been showing me some samples for this, and I kept telling her she needed to release it. It is called On Your Bossy, and it's just like the perfect purple shade. You already know the drill. I keep saying the same thing over and over because I just really love purple polishes, and they're all kind of different, and this one is very unique in its own way. She also was so sweet, and she made this custom polish for me and surprised me with it. It has reflective glitter, and she named it after me, and it's just so cute. I made a whole video showing this little collection that she created. I also got to create my own custom polish, and it is of course a purple. I ordered it for my birthday, and I named it in 1997 because of the year that I was born, and I really love it. It's so cool that you get to create your own polish with them. Another Loud favorite is this beautiful green. It kind of gives the vibes of the Never Enough polish that I showed earlier. I feel like they will definitely pair good together. It is called Belladonna, and this logo they did for like a limited time. It's not my favorite. I really like when it has like the Loud letters around the whole bottle, but that's why it looks a little different. I only have 2 of Color Department shades, and I find them so freaking cool. I really love the branding. I love the bottle, and this was a present from my friend Adri. This one is called Grape Soda, which just gives the whole Up vibes that I love because Up is one of my favorite movies ever, and I really love it. I need to get more from them because I really like them. And let's take one final look at this rack before we move on to the mini ones. I've arrived at the last section of this video, my mini polishes. I also have some regular size ones, but for the most part they're all mini. I also got these racks at the dollar store, and they turn out to be the perfect size for them. So let's get started. Already know I was gonna pick a purple one as a favorite. These are the Ella and Mila mini polishes. This one is called Mila's Fave. I really love it. Of course, it's a purple. If you see some like separation like that, it's just because it's been sitting for some time, but yeah, I really love it. This is another one that stands out a lot to me. It is a beautiful polish from Deco Miami. It is a green, and it is called Daisy. I really love it. They also have regular size for all these polishes, but I like the mini ones the most. This is another mini one from my friend from Sweden. It is a green and I really love it, but I try not to use it as much because it's so little. I don't know if it has a name. I think it's in the back. There you go. Very cute. On the right section, we have this polish called Miami. She also sent me this and it is a pink. I like it even though I don't like pink, so that's something. We also have this purple from Berry M. They're from the UK and my friend Eliza got them for me. This one is called Prickly Pear and I love this one for so long and I'm very happy I finally have it. For the last brand, we have this beautiful Glam polish. It is called The Child. It was part of a Mandalorian like trio and this one is just very, very pretty. I love the shiftiness and I really like the bottle because it fits perfect in this little organizer. And there you have it. Let's take a final look at this rack. Don't worry, I didn't forget about my Lights Lacquer collection. This is where I keep all the new bottle ones, and I also show like a tiny little bit of this section in the back of my videos. I have my little YouTube sign that one of my best friends did for me. I really, really love it. I always think back of how I started and I was like striving to get 50 subscribers and now we're so close to 1,000, which is just insane. I also keep two of my favorite PR boxes here. It is the Zodiac one and the Book of Hexes. I just think the packaging was like top notch and I love using it to keep all the insert cards because I also love collecting those. Up next we have this top section. I had this organizer for years and I never used it. I bought it at Ross. That was literally my first job ever and it's supposed to be for makeup palettes, but it ended up fitting these bottles perfectly. So I like to keep my special caps here. So as you can see on the left, I have the Zodiac collection. Then I have in the front some of the Care Bears. And then in the back, I have the Polly Pocket. I had to get rid of a few, so they're not the complete collection. Aside from the Zodiac one, that one is complete. Just because this fit very, very like satisfying. And I just had to make do. So let me show you a few of my favorites. At this point, I'm sure it is not a surprise that this is one of my top favorite shades from the Zodiac collection. It is Cancer and I just really love the pearly finish and it's also kind of like a dusty blue, but it kind of looks like a purple as well. It is the perfect shade. I really, really love it. If there's only one that you can ever hunt down because these are not available anymore, I would recommend this one because it is very flattering and I love it. Another favorite is this beautiful green. It is Taurus and I love this one so much. It reminds me a little bit of their latest shade called Arrivederci, but this one is a lot deeper and less like vibrant. It's more of a low-key shade. And another thing that I wanted to say is I die for these cups. Like, can you please look at the stars? They're so beautiful. I love them. This is probably like the best thing they've ever done. And I saved the best for last. This is my favorite shade. It is the Aquarius one, and of course that is my sign. If you didn't know, now you know. This is such a vibrant and beautiful blue with like holographic effect and I love it. This is literally the best Aquarius shade ever. Moving on to the Care Bears. Oh my god, please, these caps, this branding, it's so cute. I've been a huge Care Bears fan since I was very, very little, and this one is of course my favorite. I had to pick the purple and it is called Grumpy Bear, which is just very on brand for me. And another of my favorites is this beautiful blue. It reminds me of my future mother-in-law because this is the shade that she always uses on her nails. It is called Bedtime Bear. And another fun fact, I believe when this collection came out, I had just recently become an affiliate. So this is very exciting. Now moving on to the Polly Pocket little collection. This is my favorite. I know, so many purples. Don't kill me. Look at the cup. Please just look at the cup. This is stunning. I wasn't really huge on Polly Pocket that I can remember, but I know Kathleen was. So this moment was very like proud for me, exciting, I don't know, all the things because I knew how huge it was for her. And the name of this polish is called Tiny is Mighty. Now moving on to the bigger organizers. These two are acrylic. One of them I believe was from like TJ Maxx or one of those stores, and the other one I recently got it on Amazon because I ended up running out of space. So the way I ended up organizing is that the left one has all of the creams and jellies and anything that doesn't have like an extra holographic or shimmer or things like that, those go on the right. And I tried to do it by color, but it is not perfect at all. I'm just trying to find some sort of system, and this is what I came up with. So we're gonna start with the left section and show you a few of my favorites. On the top section, I keep all of the neutrals, and this is one of my top favorite shades from Lacquer. It is called Dream Street, and it is supposed to be like their signature polish. I just love this off-white. I'm kind of thinking of wearing it for my engagement photos if their bridal collection doesn't come out yet, but it is just a beautiful off-white, kind of like pearly but not really. I don't know. If you don't have it, make sure you get it because it is stunning. This is the perfect Your Nails But Better shade, at least for me. It is called Mrs. Darling, and I just absolutely love how this looks. I'm not a fan of like sheer polishes, but this one just fits me perfect. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what they put in this one. From the second row, it was a little hard to narrow down, not going to lie. I'm sorry if it looks like a little weird, but since I lay them down, I have to kind of shake them and just wait a little bit for everything to look better, but it still applies beautifully. This one is called Chill Pill. I believe it was from a little trio, and I just really love it. It's kind of like a purple, but more of like a bluish. I don't know. It's one of those purple shades that I love and adore. You already know I have to go for a dusty one. Let me show you the side so you can see it better. It is a beautiful dusty, like purplish, I believe. It kind of reminds me of Dream Street. They're like nothing alike, but it's kind of the same vibe. It is called Jukebox Baby, and I remember this collection was so beautiful. I loved it a lot. On the third row, I have all the blues, and this one is from a Kale polish. It is called St. Clair, and it is from one of my favorite books, Anna and the French Kiss. I love the book so much, and I could cry just thinking about it. I'm so happy she brought it over to Lacquer, and I wonder what other shades she will bring back. This one is definitely a more recent one. It is Sunday in Santorini, and it is from the latest collection. If you're watching it when I first put this video out, it is the most vibrant and beautiful blue ever. I love this, and it is perfect for the summer. I cannot rave enough. Moving on to the fourth section. This is kind of funny because wait until you see the other one. This is one of my favorites ever green. It's kind of funny because I used to hate green polish, and then Lacquer turned me into a green lover. This one is called Old Money, and I feel like it's the perfect green for the fall weather. I don't know what I'm talking about because Miami only has summertime, but this is just beautiful. I really love it. Okay, this is the second one, literally the complete opposite from the previous one. This is called Tranquila y Tropical, and my favorite part about this is how vibrant and summery it is. I believe this was released for last year's summer, so it totally makes sense, but it's just kind of funny how I have complete opposites as favorites. And for the last section, I really love this orange. It is Hide the Rum. It is also from the collection with Tranquila y Tropical, and it is the most vibrant and just like rich and beautiful orange polish. I don't wear orange that often, to be honest, but this one is just perfect for the summertime, and I love it. Another Kale polish classic that got moved to Lacquer is Caramello. I really love this polish. It was released with their first ever collection, like for Kale polish, and it just brings back so many memories, and every time I look at this I just think of Kathleen. Like, this is, I could see this color anywhere and I would immediately be drawn to her. Moving on to the Ride Organizer. This is going to be very tough because some of my favorite polishes are the ones with special finishes, so let's just try my best to only pick 2 per section. The first favorite of this section is this beautiful topper. It is called I'll Be Seeing You. You can totally wear it on its own, but as a topper it just makes magic. I really love it. I don't take a lot of time to use toppers and stuff like that, but if you are someone who's very into that, you would definitely love this shade because it's just magical. Another favorite is this beautiful magical polish. I don't know if you can tell, but I've worn it a lot. It is called Diamonds Are Forever, and I really love this one. It is not a sheer, so you can definitely wear it on its own, and I don't know, I just think this is the perfect, like, most elegant shade ever. This is another of my all-time favorite polishes. I feel like this finish is the best thing they've ever done. As you can see, it is quite used, and that is saying a lot because I have a lot of nail polishes. This one's called Barely Frio. It is from one of my favorite collections. I can't remember the name right now, something cozy. It was like the Cabin Fever, the last collection they did last year, and this is just so pretty. It is magical. I actually have another favorites from that collection coming up very soon, so let's move on to the next section. This polish is so hard to truly show its magic in camera. I don't know if you can see all the shimmery. This is the most magical polish ever. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, but since this is my like special finish section, I just continue to say the same things over and over because they're all so magical. This one is called Trust and Pixie Dust, and I cannot wait until I go to Disney and I wear this so I can feel the entire magic. This one gives me major Barbie vibes, and of course like mermaid Barbie. It's called So Long Lover Boy, and I can't remember the actual collection it belongs to. Maybe it was a quad. I don't know, I can't remember right now, but it is very beautiful, and I wish they still had it in stock. Another favorite is this beautiful pink. It is called Fairy Floss, and I'm starting to think that I just love anything fairy related because it looks like a trend now. This is such a stunning finish. I really love it, and I love that all these polishes are so easy to remove. There's not like chunky glitter in it at all. Moving on to the next row, I really hope the camera is picking up all the magic from this polish. This is literally a mermaid in the bottle, and it's funny because the name is called Our Mermaid's Not Sweet, which is just perfect for the polish. This is a more recent polish. It is from the latest collection. It is called Mediterranean Summer, and I really love how like delicate this polish is, but I love like the shimmer that it has to it. I think it's picking it up there. It is truly magical. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out so you can see the swatches. They are beautiful. Lastly, I have this other blue. I don't even know how to describe them at this point other than magical, beautiful, stunning, jaw-dropping. It is called Ever After, and actually now that I think about it, I think I want to wear this one on Disney because it is so Cinderella. I love it. We are approaching the end, and this is one of my favorite green polishes ever. It is called I Smell Snow. I really love it. It's from that Cabin collection that I mentioned earlier. That was the last one from last year. It is just beautiful. It has that same finish as the other polish that I mentioned, and I think it might be like my favorite finish to have ever created. Next, we have this beautiful like rich orangey like burnt shade. It is called Rose de Mellow, and I know this is not a green and it's on that same section, but it was just like the best way I could organize it. I am very sorry if that's triggering, but this is such a beautiful shade. It reminds me a little bit of the Mascafe collection, and yeah. And this is the last polish before we move to the last row, and this is from the recent collection. This is the shade we created together, which I thought was so cool. It is called Aperol Spritz Anyone, and it is such a rich orange with like such a beautiful like holographic finish. I really love it. And we have arrived at the last row. This is a beautiful black that it's so hard to pick up, but as you can see here, it has a ton of like colorful holographic, and it is called Meet Me at Space, which is a club here in Miami. I really love this black. I feel like it would be perfect for like the fall and winter time. Again, I live in Miami, so I don't know why I even say that, but another favorite is this red. I am not a fan of red polish, but this is just like one of the coolest shades they have created. It is called True Blood, and I don't know, I just really love it. I love how dark it is, how like shifty, like as you can see there's some like gold specks to it. It is just a crazy cool polish. And the last official polish from this favorites collection, it is called Super Freak. I absolutely love this polish. I mean, I don't even have to say anything. You can just see it for yourself how amazing it is. I've worn it a ton and I never get tired of it.